Basically, she's just going to yell at people. She's going to scream at them at the top of her lungs.
That are prepared to stand back. And now, what Democrats need to do is have some steel in their backbone. A temporary restraining order and a preliminary injunction. In other words, you don't need to know the language. We won. That's it.
And we are back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button. It helps us out a lot. And of course, it helps you because it helps us. Now, y'all, what do we say about this? I mean, you just saw in that little clip, you saw your girl, Letitia James, screaming at the top of her lungs. I guess this is what her people want to hear. And she's saying, y'all, that they are winning. Now, who are they? They are the Democratic attorneys general. I think she said there are 23 of them who have dedicated themselves to thwarting Donald Trump's agenda. And according to Tish, they are winning. So y'all are going to see that she is going to run off a long list of court battles that they've had against the Trump administration in just the first, hasn't even been about 60 days now. Yeah, the first 2 months of the Trump administration, they've battled on many fronts already. And Tish is saying that they're winning. I want to hear what y'all have to say about that later. So let's hop right into that. Before we get into all the yelling and screaming, let's take a look at what Tish says is the track record of the Democrat attorneys general who have been going up against Donald Trump. Take a look.
We've been talking about our great work, but I guess everyone needs to know the cases that we've been involved in. And if it relates to your particular situation and you feel that you haven't received relief, then you should reach out to AG Ellison's office or any of our offices. The first case we won was birthright citizenship. We got a TRO. So let me, no. There's a lot, so don't just hold your applause, okay? So, birthright citizenship, it's important that individuals understand we won that case. 2, funding freezes that New York brought from the Office of Management and Budget. Basically, when they wanted to pause all of the funding to all of these agencies, we got a TRO. Then we discovered that, in fact, there were still funding freezes all over the nation, and we filed a motion to compel, and they lifted the pause. And that's why we need to get more information from you. Doge. We went in to Doge and to Elon Musk and his Musketeers, and we also, because they gained access to our sensitive information, and we were able to get a TRO as well as a PI. National Institute of Health, that gives grants. Somebody said, woo, they got a grant. Obviously, National Institute of Health, which provides grants for individuals who are doing great work, like finding a cure to cancer and Parkinson's and heart disease, all of that. And a lot of these institutions and universities are economic engines for communities. I know in my respective, in the state of New York. Federal workers, probationary workers, we got a TRO, we got a PI, and so if you were a probationary, a temporary restraining order and a preliminary injunction. In other words, you don't need to know the language. We won. That's it. Education. We filed an action in anticipation of what happened today. And we will probably amend that case and get a preliminary injunction as well. Gender affirming care, for the trans community. And let me just say, we don't need the government in our doctor's office, not only for gender affirming care, but also for reproductive care as well. Trans-military ban on labor. The reason why we've got the middle class is because of all that labor has done. The reason why we enjoy all of these laws, working overtime, the fact that we've got sick leave, and the list goes on. And the reason why we've got a strong middle class is because of the labor movement. And as a proud unionist, it's important that we stand up for labor. Yes. So on March 5th, when we joined a multi-state regarding the National Labor Relations Board, and that judgment was granted as well. TPS for Venezuelans, for Haitians, we won that case as well. DEIA, diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's not just for people of color, it's for women, it's for the disabled community, and the list goes on. We've written letters, and we are prepared to take action with respect to that case. The Alien Enemies Act, you all heard what is happening, unfortunately, yes, to the gentleman who was deported and now was transferred to New Jersey. A number of us are taking action. I know here in my office, we are monitoring the situation and speaking to the attorneys as well. The bottom line is that all you should walk away from knowing is that, again, attorneys general, Democratic attorneys general, all 23 of us are working in tandem. We're walking in the same direction, and that is protecting the rule of law and protecting the rights of all Americans. The bottom line is, if this applies to you, any of these cases, and you feel that you haven't received any relief, if you've suffered irreparable harm, reach out to Keith Ellison. If his numbers are jammed, call the next state, I guess, is call all of us.
So just for your information, y'all, they didn't win anything. What they've done is they've gotten the Trump actions. They've gotten temporary restraining orders and preliminary injunctions. Basically, judges are saying, okay, pause everything while we review. I mean, I guess you could consider that a win. It's kind of a minor win. I personally wouldn't call it a win, but I guess you have to characterize things in the best light possible for your side. Now, let's take a look at Letitia James's fiery speech that you saw a little clip of at the beginning of this video. Basically, she's just going to yell at people. She's going to scream at them at the top of her lungs. And maybe she got them excited and got them all riled up and ready to go out and fight, fight, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at this, and then we'll come back.
And now you already know her, you gave her a standing ovation already. I have the great privilege of welcoming my neighbor, my good friend, one of my heroes, Letitia James from the great state of New York.
Woo! Thank you. So, as they say in my church, protocol has already been established. But all I want to ask is, Brooklyn in the house? No, okay. What? Brooklyn what? Brooklyn Center, yay! Okay, I'm home, yay! I come from New York, and I've come here today because individuals cry in my arms each and every day in my beloved Brooklyn. Immigrants who are concerned about their family being separated. Individuals who are concerned about whether or not their spouses are going to come home, whether or not they're going to be deported in the absence of due process. Individuals who have lost jobs, who don't know whether or not they're going to be able to pay their mortgage or their rent. Veterans who have served our country mightily. Law enforcement officers who grants have been cut because all of us engage in drug interdiction. We all know about opioids. We know about fentanyl. And then there's a new drug out there called xylazine. I see it each and every day. I see seniors, because I love my seniors, who are concerned about the privatization of Social Security. Yeah. And people concerned about Medicaid, who rely upon Medicaid each and every day. And so just like one of my sheroes, Barbara Jordan, my faith in the Constitution is whole. It's complete. And I'm not going to sit idly by and allow this government to diminish our Constitution, to diminish our freedoms, our liberty. Not now, not ever. I've got a lot of fight in me. I come from a humble family, and I'm not afraid. Individuals have come up to me in New York and all across, and they've said, Tish, aren't you afraid? And the answer is, I'm more concerned about individuals who are losing all of their benefits. I'm gonna be all right, because I've got righteousness on my side. I've got Americans on my side. I've got individuals who believe in freedom, who believe in liberty, who believe in the rule of law, who believe in our Constitution, that are prepared to stand back. And now, what Democrats need to do is have some steel in their backbone and stand up and fight back. We're all in this together, united as one. Let us all stand up, fight back, and protect this democracy now and for always. God bless you.
So y'all, it looks like what's going to happen is that this battle, or these battles, I should say, they are going down to the local level. So we have seen so many different instances of town halls getting rowdy on both the Democrat and the Republican side. They're getting the constituents in a tizzy. And you even see people just taking the law into their own hands and going out and vandalizing Tesla vehicles and blowing up and setting them on fire and all sorts of things. And as you can see, that's part of a concerted strategy on the Democratic side. Chuck Schumer has said it, and Letitia James is going to say the same thing here. So it's no secret. This is the way that they plan on taking on Donald Trump and his agenda.
We are concerned about so many issues, and that's why we are here and holding town hall meetings all across America. This is the second town hall that we've held. The first one was sponsored by Attorney General Chris Mays in Arizona. We are here today in Minnesota with Attorney General Ellison. We will be heading to Colorado soon, and then to Vermont, and then ultimately to New York to hold town hall meetings about the impact of executive orders on everyday Americans. We're standing up, we're fighting back. We're not only using the rule of law, but we're also standing up because we want to make sure that Americans are included in this and that we use them as part of our evidence and in our declarations as part of our cases.
So now I would like to hear from you. Drop a comment down below and let me know, what do you think about this? I mean, we have two sides. Basically, it seems to be breaking down along these lines. The Trump side wants to completely overhaul and reform the government, do away with lots of the waste, lots of the different departments, agencies, etc. Just close them down, wrap them up, roll them up, and get rid of them. While the Democrat side they say that they want to get rid of the waste, but none of them that I've heard have actually said what waste they want to get rid of. They seem like they're fighting to keep everything the way that it has been. And in fact, you know, we just had a Democratic president for 4 years, and we didn't hear of very much cost cutting or waste elimination. In fact, we just heard about the budget and the deficit going up. So I'd like to hear what y'all have to say. Are you on the side of reducing the government, or you say, no, let's just keep it the way it is, you know? Or if not, if neither of those, what side are you on? Have you been affected by Donald Trump's changes and cuts? Is this something personal for you? I know in my family, people have, I don't know if they've been affected, but they certainly have been in fear of being affected. And that affects you in one way or another. When I say my family, I don't mean my immediate family, but I mean my extended family. You know, cousins, aunts, uncles, that sort of thing. So let me know what you think, y'all. I do appreciate y'all watching. Please stop right now. Hit the share button. Share this video out with other people. Put in their Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, text message, email. Just send it out to everybody. Just send it to the whole world, y'all. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. Appreciate y'all watching. This video showing up is about Cori Bush, member of the Squad. Her husband was recently arrested for fraud. So check out that video and make sure you subscribe and like on that other channel. That's our second channel, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all. See you back in the next one.